ABC Far North, it's 24 to 11. I'm Fiona Saul. Hope your day is going really well. Indigenous knowledge. It's really important to maintain Indigenous knowledge, and one way of doing that is through an Indigenous Knowledge Centre. Now, did you know that there are 17 Indigenous Knowledge Centres, many of them in far northern communities? Well, this week in Cairns, a number of people involved in these Indigenous Knowledge Centres have been meeting in Cairns to talk about them, how they work and how they can take them further.
Before IKC, people didn't have anything. Only people that work at school are allowed to borrow books from the school library.
I can't remember, it's like suddenly we've been inundated with so many people every day, and I'm wondering, so what did we do before?
This week is all about our administrators. It's about building the capacity of our administrators. It's about inspiring them, motivating them, making them more aware of what's out there.
What I want you to do on your orange paper is think about what you currently do at your IKC. So the question isn't about what you want to do in the future, it's about what you do now.
Computer classes, adult and school.
Elders telling story to children, singing languages.
They come and do study in there. We have meetings in there.
We have put together a program for our arts and culture.
I guess it's helping them because I get adults and they browse through books as well. So it's helping the community, not only that they can sit and talk, but they can also read.
We went to story writing with the kids who's developing their own family books.
Computer, like show them how to use the internet.
Helping them to get jobs, different jobs, not only based in the community, but outside of the community.
It's amazing how they learn real quick.
Learning. I think it would be appropriate to say that the Indigenous Knowledge Centre program and the concept, it's a groundbreaking initiative that can be duplicated in other countries and can partner with other countries in sharing experiences with Indigenous learning anywhere in the world. Any nation that has a minority Indigenous group must put a lot of effort and funding into ensuring that minority Indigenous group does not become marginalised from education opportunities.
Now, you need to create an account because you want to set up a new account with Google and then fill out your details.
Today we're teaching the ladies, they've set up their own email account using Gmail. And the next step from that was to set up a blog. This is going to be useful to them because they can advertise their activities on the net. People can find them.
I'm just typing up my title for my blog. I just put these are the photos of children up to school in the centre. The elders also comes in every Thursday to tell stories and to correct spellings in the language programs of songs, of hymns and of dancing.
You are looking after the IKCs in your community. It's a very important tool. You can not only represent the IKC, you can represent the whole community, the island you're on, the island of Boigu, the island of Bardu, to the outside world.
If there was one thing that you could get the State Library / Indigenous Learning Services to do to help you in your job, what would it be?
I'd like to see that IKC growing, not for just myself, but for my community and for the children, because our children are the future of, tomorrow. And they want them to go into fully trained jobs.
They rely on their IT person from the council heavily, and if that person only comes around once or twice a year, it's a long wait for equipment to get maintained. So sometimes it's good to bring in other partners and people we can work with.
Gaye White is from .com Mob, a philanthropic organisation which is supporting the Hopevale Centre.
The challenge that the State Library has is that they have funding to go so far, so we're trying to lobby at all levels to get recognition that this is money well spent. To half do it is not doing anyone any favours because these centres have just enormous potential.
I mean, we're not directly giving money into the community at all. What we're doing is supporting the people who are trying to do things in their own community. I think we add an element of energy and vitality, and they start to believe that something actually can happen, and then they get a belief in themselves.
In Hopevale, we want to see adults involved in literacy activities and programs so their knowledge increases the likelihood of developing literacy skills among their children. The council is funded to provide roads, rates, rubbish, but we must also be funded to provide reading so that our community members can enjoy the same services as every other Australian.
I think as a member of the board, it's very clear that we have these Indigenous Knowledge Centres that are located in places that are essential. The potential, the opportunity and place that you're at this point in time was meant to be. And the importance of the IKCs has never been more important than now. So on behalf of the board, I stand here showing my respect for you in making the IKCs what they are, and more importantly, what they will be.
There's a hive of activity now happening in our community through the IKC.
We adults, we're still learning. You know, even though we adults, children think that we know everything. No, we don't. We learn, we teach each other. Children teach us new things, we teach them new things. So what they get out of me is a lot of love and respect. And I'd say that's the biggest in the community, because a lot of kids don't get loved, a lot of them don't get respect.
And this one little boy, he used to look at me and just go, hello, you know, real grumpy, and I thought, uh-oh. But now, after more than 3 or 4 weeks, he comes down first and says, I'm here, how are you? And so it's like, it's those moments that makes me feel good.
At the end of the day, the shy one is talking away, laughing. So it's sort of strengthening them as well.
Here is a place that you can meet, you can share, you can learn, and what better place to have all those attributes in one building? You know what I mean?
I can't wait to go back. I miss my IKC.